Hello YouTube! Right, tonight we're going to take a look at DX9's War in Pocket Doombringers. So this is a 3-pack, as you can see, and this is actually a set of repaints. These figures were released before, slightly different colors. I think these ones are more cartoon accurate though. So, obviously we have Scourge, Galvatron, and Cyclonus, or here they're called Plague, Tyrant, and Hurricane, respectively. So just a quick look at the box. It's kind of nice. It's got this G1 style, and they're all displayed in there. So here's a look at Plague, Tyrant, and Hurricane. The back has some nice photography on here and a picture of Hulky. They're the Constructicons. These tech specs are kind of arbitrary. We can't really see what they are. There's the other figures you can get. It comes with an instruction sheet that folds out and looks like this. And let's take a look at the 3 figures. So these are Legends class or Cyberverse Commander class, what have you. You can see they're, this big. They're about, let's see. They are about 3.5 inches tall each, which puts them in scale with these sort of figures. To give you some size comparisons, that's usually helpful if you're considering buying these dudes. And I do recommend them. They're pretty cool. So I wasn't planning on... Whoa, there they go like dominoes. So I wasn't planning on collecting these guys. But the more I looked at them, the more tempting they became. I also got in my head that I wanted to buy a Unicron, and so that I could do things like this. So that was pretty cool. And also they're just fun to play with. They're just more detailed versions of this scale of figure, but a lot of fun to play with because they're pretty simple to transform. So let's start with Tyrant, Galvatron, of course. You can remove the gun if you want to. Well, you have to for transformation. These can sit either way. I'm not sure which. I think this is the correct way according to the instructions. The faction logo I put on myself. Same with Hurricane and Plague. This one I used a clear backed sticker, but it doesn't really show up, so I think I should change that. So the way you change these guys for him is these just pegs onto his back, onto his butt, really. This slides up so that you can bend it down this way in order to get the gun on there. And you have to spin this around. Flip all this stuff around. Once again, I should have practiced this first, but you get the idea. And then just stick this on here. The head sinks down there when you slide the torso up, and he pretty much just sits like that for gun mode, or cannon mode, or whatever he's supposed to be. Not too bad. And Cyclonus, he comes with his gun that looks... I think this is supposed to resemble his Target Master. So we've got a nice vanity shot on him before. By the way, the paint is great on these guys. Really thick and shiny. And the texture of the plastic is nice too. It just feels good. You can get a bit of extra articulation too from the transformation joints. You can have him, he almost has like a double jointed arm. Same with Scourge here, or Plague. The red fingernails is just me with a Sharpie that's done that. This is the gun he comes with. And I've also painted silver and then red onto there because that was just blue before. But the face I haven't touched. That's how it looks. These are on a ball joint, so you can kind of put the wings however you like them. Anyway, sorry, back to the transformation. So, well, before I get into that, he's got a waist swivel, knee joints and swivel, you can see there. Pretty solid foot, which is on a hinge there. You can get lots of great poses, considering the small size of them, which I guess is due to the ball joints. This head is only a swivel, so this guy, to transform him, we also slide this down. This just folds up and pegs into the back of his head here. And of course you can plug the gun into here, which we'll do later. These feet, they don't stick together, but rather the legs just fold around, and there's a hole in the foot that tabs onto here. That. And then for the arms, you just have to bend his hands down, and these peg into the sides of the legs. The legs themselves don't stick together though, and then you just fold his kneecaps down to make the rocket thrusters, I guess. And then he's got them on the elbows too, so he has like 4 engines sticking out the back there, and he's a nice looking little plane. I think they're taking some liberties with the design. I mean, this, I wouldn't have molded this quite like that if it were up to me, but still, you can tell it's Cyclonus. The hands give him something to sit on, and then if you add the gun to the his nose, then he can sit down. Kind of sit like that. So then Scourge, or Plague, you can see he's got similar arm joints here, just a bit tighter. You can kind of even lean down a bit too because of this part. But so these fold in. This guy's kind of a shell former, so this goes up here and it pulls his head down. Like an automorph on the size of this thing. It's pretty impressive. So the arms, let's see. Okay, the legs turn sideways at the knee, a little bit tight. These just pegged together. These arms fold back and stick into his neck cavity, which sounds grim now that I'm saying it. And they peg together at the elbow. And then the wings wrap around and you just sort of tuck everything in there. And that's a faction symbol I sliced in half and stuck on. So you can clean this back part up a little bit better. Let me get that properly into place. There we go. Just takes a little massage. Again, look at the paint right in there. Nice details. Nice attention to detail. And that looks a lot like Scourge to me. Really nice. Let's put them in order. So there they are in their vehicle mode. The only problem is there's no storage place that I can find for Scourge's weapon when he's in his space hovercraft mode, I guess, whatever that's supposed to be. Not a big deal, but it would have been cool if there was someplace to put it, because you can store it on the other two. Anyway, that is DX9's War in Pocket set of Doombringers. I think this would be the set to get rather than the original release, if you can get it. And I highly recommend it. They're a lot of fun.